Let's see if this is working first. Because I should get a notification through on my blower. But I don't know. Let's see if it's working. People, shout me in the chat if I'm live. Take a little picture now for the old Instagram. Get the live stream up there. There we go. No one in the chat just yet, so I'm not sure whether we are even live. So I'll give it a second until I start really, really speaking and venting my frustrations. No. I've done it in the video. So basically, yes, the chat, we're here. What's the sound sounding like? And the pitch quality. Are we all good? I'm hoping we are. Yeah, chat's going mad now. Yeah, we're live. That's all good. Good to have all of you in here, by the way. Really appreciative of that. Yeah, so just a quick one. I'm going to let you guys know my stance very quickly on things. And that is that I am absolutely appalled at the news that Petravic has been left at home. Sorry, I've got two things on my mind at once. I'm really, really bad at multitasking, and what I need to do right now is post the link off of my story so that people know I'm live. Okay, cool. Right, that's all good. So let's talk about the Club World Cup, right? I mean, and I will get to some of your comments in a minute. Oliver, why are you so handsome? No homo. Oliver, I can't give you an answer to that. I can neither agree nor disagree. Yeah, I'm not sure. But Club World Cup, right? I'm really excited about the Club World Cup. I still am really, really excited about the Club World Cup. However, there's a few things that I am a bit pissed off about. First off is one that hasn't come as news to me, and it is the fact that Esteval will be playing in the Club World Cup, but he won't be playing for Chelsea. You know? Like, oh, God, that's annoying. God forbid. And I don't even want to voice it. But one of the things that I will voice, right, is let's say he plays a role in Chelsea's elimination from the Club World Cup. Do you know what I mean? That's not good when we talk about the financial measures and the pot of gold that comes with winning the Club World Cup. That's definitely not good. And secondly, I don't want to voice it. I think you lot can guess. God forbid something happens to him at the Club World Cup. There's one thing, but that's not news. We already knew that. The news is that the Mike Maignan deal is now off, obviously. And do you know what? If you've watched my video today, I'm reiterating myself. If you're tuning in live now, then I'm not reiterating myself, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel about it. The Mike Maignan deal was, for me, something I was really, really excited about. For me, it was something that was more than just a player coming in. It was or at least I interpreted it to be a acknowledgement from the board that we do need senior figures in the dressing room. We do need to address positions that need addressing, i.e. we've gone and addressed the number 9 in Liam Delap. Now listen, the jury's out on Liam Delap. Whether he can score goals at the top level consistently, whether he can be a 20-goal-a-season striker in the Premier League, we don't know. But we hope that with better service than he was getting, with games where the team he's playing for are creating more opportunities than obviously Ipswich were, we very much hope that he will be. They've gone out, they've addressed that position for now. How well they've addressed it, we won't know. We won't know until all's said and done. But at least they've done it. And then we knew that the goalkeeper position needed addressing. And what needed addressing about it was that Petravic needed bringing back. We needed Georgie Petravic back. He was named Strasbourg Player of the Season last year, and he was named it for a reason. I did a player comparison matrix, right, on Squawker between him and Robert Sanchez, and he absolutely pisses all over Robert Sanchez, by the way, right? So, we knew that we needed Petravic back, but then the Mike Mannion deal came on, and I thought, you know what? Wow, we will have possibly gone from Sanchez battling it out with Jorgensen to Mannion battling it out with Petravic. That's great. Music to my ears. The Mannion deal is off for now, because I do still think that the Mannion deal could possibly happen. Now, we'll get to the comments in a minute, so keep your comments coming. If I don't answer them, then send them in. Obviously, super chats will always get answered. But, right, the Mannion deal, it could still happen. I think it will still happen, to be completely honest. And I think that what we've learned today of Petravic staying at home indicates that we're going to go in for a goalkeeper. Now, in the meantime, while we're speaking about goalkeepers, the goalkeepers that we've taken to the Club World Cup are obviously... let's have a quick look. Well, we know it's Sanchez. We know that it's going to be... Where is it? Jorgensen, Penders, and what's his name? I can't remember his name. Slanina. Right, okay. So we know it's going to be them four, right? Chat, tell me, am I right? Am I wrong? If it's those four, I think you lot can guess who I think should be starting in goal. I think in the easier games, the sort of group stage games, I think we need to see Penders. Because I called him a mythical creature in my video earlier on today. And what I meant by that was that... Am I watching the 2 a.m. kickoffs? Of course I fucking am. What I meant by that, in terms of being a mythical creature, is we hear so much about him, but we don't see much of him. So let's have a little look at Penders. See what Penders is like in the Club World Cup. And hopefully, when we come back from the Club World Cup, then obviously, yeah, we can address who's where and what. Right? But let's have a look at who's been left at home. We'll go to... We'll go with agree and disagree who's been left at home. So, João Felix has been left at home. I like João Felix. I actually do like João Felix, and I think that João Felix likes Chelsea Football Club. I think he likes Chelsea Football Club a lot more than a few other players that are playing for Chelsea Football Club. But João Felix left at home. Obviously, Mudryk isn't available. Petravic, I've just given you my thoughts on him being left at home. Not happy with that at all. Axel Disasi, right? I understand it. He's been left at home. We're trying to get a transfer for him. Sorry, I'm trying to stop myself hiccuping. He's been left at home. We're trying to get a transfer for him. Probably no point in taking him out there. He's probably not going to play. You don't want to risk any injury when you feel you could get a fee for Disasi. Chile, right? No shock. We knew he'd be left at home. We knew that. One thing I would say is he's just sat on the bench for Crystal Palace. So he'd probably be happy to sit on the bench for Chelsea, right? And we do need a backup to Cucurella. Like, we've ignored the blatantly obvious all season because Cucurella's been playing. He's been outstanding. He's been one of our most important players. But we do need a backup for him, by the way. Possibly someone younger coming through. Definitely someone that's not on 200 grand a week. So I agree with leaving him at home. And if he's not in the plans, then hopefully we can get him out the door. And I would say the exact same for Raheem Sterling. Kendry Pires, why the hell have we left him at home? Why have we left him at home? I really do not understand that one. That is mad. Mad that we're leaving Kendry Pires at home. I don't know why we've done that. I know he's young, but yeah. Renato Vega, again, don't know why we've left him at home. Because Renato Vega's another one that I think could fill in for Cucurella, and you'll all say, oh no, he wants to play centre-back. Well, I want an 11-inch penis, okay? You play where you get played, right? I'm sure Cole Palmer wants to play on the right wing, and he's played centre attacking midfield all season. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, Wesley Fofana's injured. Kane Chukwuemeka, he didn't make the squad. Or did he? I'll read it out to you now. Sanchez, Jorgensen, Penders, Slanina. I'm going to rate it by category, yeah, in terms of defenders. Right, I'm rating that. Sanchez, Jorgensen, Penders, Slanina. I'm rating that a 5 out of 10. Okay? And I feel bad because it sounds like I'm digging out Robert Sanchez all day, and I kind of am, but I don't mean to be. I am grateful for his contribution this season. Defenders, Kukurea, Adarabayo, Badiashile, Colwell, Sarr, who I want to see some of. I'm excited to see a bit of him. Chalobah, which I'm happy about. Reece James, Malo Gusto, Anselmino, and a Changpong. I'm rating that a solid 8 out of 10 in terms of what we could have took. I'd have liked to have seen Renato Vega in there. I would have liked that. But yeah, I'm rating it a solid 8 out of 10. Midfielders, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Asugu, Santos, Dewsbury Hall, and Lavia. Once again, I'm probably going to rate that a solid... yeah. That's an 8 out of 10. That's an 8 out of 10. Forwards, Delap, Neto, Palmer, Madueke, Jackson, George, Gu, and Nkunku. How come Nkunku's gone? I thought Maresca didn't fancy him. And if anything, you know how I said, like, I'm not mad about leaving Felix at home, blah, blah, blah. Mate, I'd rather Felix than Nkunku. Would you not? I don't know. I don't know whether Nkunku's going to come good or not. So who knows? Same question. Right. Can anyone explain why... Okay, there you go. Can anyone explain why Nkunku is going? Is it to impress a few clubs to stupidly enough pay his balloon wages, literally? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Thumbnail makes it look like Joey is running for president. You've got my vote, big man. Yes. I don't think I'd make it into any sort of parliamentary procedure, as Chris Eubank would say. Neves spot on with that. What does Neves say? Neves. Right. Because we are going to loan Pires to Strasbourg and their pre-season starts mid-Club World Cup, he will miss their pre-season. We shouldn't take him. Issue is we told him last week he was going, so he is sad. Yeah. I get that. Yeah, not too pleased that we're not seeing him. And obviously, when we talk about Strasbourg's pre-season, what's more important to me? A few cameos off the bench for Kendry Pires in the Club World Cup or Strasbourg's pre-season? I don't know. I don't want to disregard Strasbourg too much because obviously when you look at Strasbourg, they have definitely improved. Andre Santos and Liam Rosenior obviously giving him the game time has been a game changer in comparison to what he was getting at Nottingham Forest. And had they improved Petravic or have they just given Petravic a platform to shine on? I don't know. Joey, will you be at the match against Tunis in Philly? No, I won't be, my friend. I won't be. I fly to Marbella on Tuesday. So I think that I'll do a stream Monday night for the game. Then the Thursday game, I'll just watch out in Marbella. I doubt I'll do a stream for it. And then the third game, I will be back for, and I'll do a stream. I'll try and do it in the studio, Josh. And then obviously once we get into like the knockout rounds, then yeah, I'll be streaming the games. Someone asking about Esteval. Esteval was never going to play for us in the Club World Cup. He will be playing in the Club World Cup, but he'll be playing for... Who is he at? Fluminense? Where's Esteval? It is Fluminense, isn't it? I think it is. I could be wrong on this. I don't know. That Hazard pick in the back. Yep. Fuming about the Gittins news. Bro, we get Gittins. We'd probably still get him. Joey, Petravic requested Chelsea not to include him for the Club World Cup because apparently he didn't want to fight for his place as number one, but the club wants to give everyone a chance before deciding. Bro, bollocks. I'm calling bullshit on it straight away. I'm sorry. Because let's say, for example, he did go to the Club World Cup. Let's say, for example, he sits on the bench, as he did, by the way, for half of a season under Pochettino before coming in and winning his space. Let's say, for example, he does do that, right? Do you not think that almost the surprise package of the season in Ligue 1 in terms of Strasbourg, right? Do you not think that being named their player of the season puts you in high demand as a goalkeeper, whether you sit on the bench fighting for your place at the Club World Cup or not? And by the way, Petravic would back himself, because if he fought for his place, barring Mike Mannion, right, who's not here, Petravic is the best goalkeeper at the club. Plain and simple. So there you go. Palmeiras, that's it. Sorry, people. I don't know why I had Fluminense on the brain, and I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of it. But glad you see through the PR bullshit. Yeah. So either way, my starting lineup for the first game in that Club World Cup, right, would be I don't think I would right, so I'll tell you what I do, right? You know I said about having Penders in there. If we win the first two matches, I'd put him in the third because we're going through, right? But my starting lineup would probably be Sanchez, Reece, I would go Chalobah, Colwell, Cucurella, and then I believe we could go with... I'd like to see a Sugu, and I'd like to see him sooner rather than later. So I think if you pair him... No, maybe in the second game. For that first game, I think I'll go Romeo Lavia paired with Caicedo. Romeo Lavia obviously didn't get a lot of starts towards the end of the season, even though he was really, really good, but we found a winning formula. It was working for us, and I don't fault Enzo Maresca for not starting Romeo Lavia towards the end of the season. So I would give him the game time, actually. So Romeo Lavia, Caicedo, and then I would go with... I'd probably go Cole Palmer behind Liam Delap, and then on the wings I'd just go Madueke, and Pedro Neto played a lot of football and did a lot. I'd give him a rest. I'd go Tyreek George. Second game's our hardest. Yep. James Peters, big up your nan, and yes, should be a top player. My nan's dead. I don't know what you're on about. Do you think the first game's going to be heavily rotated? Yeah, I mean, if we're winning at half-time or something. I don't think that this Club World Cup is going to be treated like pre-season. 100% is not going to be treated like pre-season, because with pre-season, it is rotation. You see so many players play so many games and then never get a look in. Like, I remember against Club America, and I don't know why I remember this, but every single player came off as a substitute apart from one. The only player that didn't, Kane Chukwuemeka. And then he ends up going, right? Who played every game in pre-season in our Tour of America? I'll tell you who. Leslie Ugachukwu. At points, he played in every single match. He went out on loan. Do you know what I mean? Andre Santos had a little bit here and there. He went. He didn't carry on. So, yeah, either way. And then also, I mean, look, I'm one that sort of spoke about it being important pre-season for how you go into the back of your season off. And in pre-season last year, Nkunku looked great. and then it didn't translate. But I really don't think this is going to be like your standard pre-season with all the rotation and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, every division, whether you're the Premier League or not, we've all got our sort of PSR rules, haven't we? We all want to comply by them. And if you win the Club World Cup and you win that 97 million or whatever it is, then yeah, I think that's going to go a long way towards investing, PSR, all that sort of stuff. Kevin Reyes, what's happening, bro? Thank you very much for the super chat, my man. Yes, Joey, you well in A&E, lol, but happy for the live. Why are you in A&E? What's happened? I hope you're all right, mate. I still think we have a chance to compete in the Club World Cup, but I worry about the left wing. For this exact tournament, maybe so, but I don't worry about it all that much. I think Tyreek George is a fantastic player. And I think that, you know, Madueke showed that he can go over there. I don't think he prefers it because Madueke loves to cut inside on that left foot and shoot, but he showed he can go over there. Pedro Neto can be there. He's better on the right wing. So, yeah, I do get it. Mohammed, thank you very much, bro. You're a legend too. Sorry, I'm just trying to read through a few of the comments now. If we upgrade on goalkeeper, they need to sell Petravic. Hard to sell Sanchez. Worst fear is we get Sanchez as number one for another season again. Yeah, I don't know if it would be... I don't know if it would be... that hard to get rid of Sanchez, to be honest. I think we could do it in a swap deal. Raul Sanchez says, what did you mean by retire soon in one of your latest videos? I don't know what you're going on about. What do you mean? Retire? Who retire? Me retire? You could be talking about retiring from boxing soon. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know. Who asked that? Who asked it? Raul Sanchez. Let me know what you meant by that. Also, do you know George Benson? Yeah. Yeah, George Benson sings Give Me the Night. Give me the night. If anyone doesn't know, there is actually a singer called George Benson who sings a very famous song, Give Me the Night. I'll play it for you. I can play it for like less than 10 seconds. So if you type in George Benson, George, just to prove I'm not lying to you there, George Benson. Everyone knows this tune. Oh, when the night is calling. Yeah, that's George Benson. But anyway, the original George Benson, well, he's kind of the original because he's about 80, that fella. But George Benson, of course I know George Benson. Of course I know him. When he's over, we've linked up. We've been for a meal. We've had a few beers. Went to a Chelsea game together. Will we see you working for the zone for the Club World Cup? It don't look like that at the minute. It doesn't look like that at the minute. But things can change very, very quickly. It did look like I would be doing a lot of work for the Club World Cup. And then I always have to be so careful because Josh might tell me off for saying things that are confidential. But basically what it was then I think they wanted to do something where I do live streams for the zone for the Club World Cup, but I had this holiday to Marbella booked, and it means I'm out there for one of them. And although I still would have been up for it, it does complicate things. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Caleb White said he heard me saying it too. You said it in your latest video. Yeah, but in what context do you mean I said retire? Are you on about retiring from boxing? Because I didn't say about anyone else retiring in my latest video. Definitely didn't. And obviously I haven't done my latest video was dropped today. And then I did a Moses Satoma against Dillian White video. Yeah, I honestly don't know what video. What video are you on about? Who are you on about retiring, and in what form? You really need to give me some more context for that. Kevin Reyes messed up his knees at football. Had an X-ray, but yeah, all goods. Besides that, Penders is on the list. Yeah, he is. Yeah. How did you do it at football? Did you do it doing a knee slide? Because that tells me that maybe you scored a beauty, and if so, then maybe the injury is worth it. Right, okay, Raul Sanchez. Yeah, it was in your last vid you did with Josh. I didn't know if you meant boxing or podcasting, and that is why I asked. Aha. Yeah. I would have meant boxing. I don't know, man. Yeah, referring to boxing. Yeah, I'd have meant boxing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if anyone wants to sit and hear me talk about what my plans or lack of plans are for boxing. But yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, I've got to be so careful how I word it. I thought that there was I thought that there was a fight lined up for me immediately after the Andrew Howson fight if I won the Andrew Howson fight. And obviously now it's very easy in hindsight to go back and everyone goes, oh, yeah, you fought a 5-time world champion, but it was his first boxing match and he was older and whatever. And it's just like, bro, I wish you knew behind the scenes, man. I really do wish you knew more about behind the scenes. And I'm talking about the fighters that have turned down the chance to fight Andrew Howson. I'm talking about when fighters come off a loss, the standard of fighter they'll usually take on in comparison to the standard I had. And also, not to get the violins out, but that build-up for that fight wasn't good for me. Loads of fucking bad shit going on, man. So, ultimately, we took that fight. We took what I think for 99% of Misfits fighters would have been a really tough night's work. And I won 5 out of 5 rounds. People clearly didn't like the performance, yeah? Some people did. Most people didn't. Most people didn't like the performance. If you don't like the performance, don't watch me box. I ain't that bothered. I'm really not that bothered. And I'm not that bothered whether I box again or not. So, if I don't get the big fights against the big opponents, then we'll fuck boxing off. There you go. Sorry, but what's some of the memorabilia behind you? So, we got the Hazard picture you can see there. Got a signed... How can I point to it? Oh, that was going there. There you go. Got a signed football there. That, I believe, was like the 04-05 ball. And it's signed by a load of Chelsea players. JT's signature is definitely on there. The F50s, they were an iconic pair of football boots back in the day. The sort of spiderweb ones. Boxing boots, just because I cover a bit of boxing off the channel. Boxing gloves. That picture up there is from my first ever boxing match, and that belt up there was the first of a couple of belts that I won on the unlicensed scene. Yeah. So, yeah. No, not YouTube. I'm not retiring from YouTube. Don't worry. Kevin Reyes scored a few bangers. Good man. You should get Josh on your live streams sometimes. I literally did a live stream with Josh yesterday. They don't respect you enough, mate. No, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that Misfits don't respect me. I'm very, very lucky to have the opportunity to be boxing on Misfits, you know. When I was boxing unlicensed back in the day, and some fights I'd make like, I mean, the most I ever made from a fight unlicensed back in the day was like £3,000. But some fights you'd make like 500 quid. In fact, more often than not, you'd make about 5, 6, 700 quid, something like that. I had a few fights where I made a loss, so didn't make fuck all money. And then yeah, it was just one of them really. So to have the opportunity to be boxing on Misfits is ridiculous. Like, it's well good. I'm well happy with that. But yeah, momentum's everything for me, and I'm stalling at the moment. I'm really stalling. I like to know what I've got coming, and I mean, one thing that you lot know that I have got coming is a baby, and if I'm gonna fight, I need to fight before the baby comes, and I can't predict what sort of headspace I'm gonna be in when I've got a newborn baby, keeping everyone up, crying, whatever, and a toddler running around like a nutcase all of the time. Am I going to have time to be training for these fights? And the annoying thing about it for me is, like, I know so much about what goes on behind the scenes at Misfits, and I know how diva-ish a lot of these fighters can be. I know how many fighters have turned down fights. I've said yes to every single fight I've ever been offered. I was offered Dave Fogarty in my first ever fight. I said yes. He said yes. Then he said he couldn't do it. Then I had to fight Most Wanted. Baby Hulk was put on me. They said, fight this guy. I said yes, right? I knew that it was going to be Walid or Ace Musa. I said yes. It ended up being Cray Cray. I said yes to a southpaw on 2 weeks' notice. I went in there, by the way, with a torn ulnar collateral ligament in my elbow. Went in the ring, still boxed with it. Was in absolute fucking agony. Got told by a specialist at a private healthcare centre in Surrey to not drive a car for 3 weeks. 8 days later, I went in there and boxed little Cray Cray. And then, I'll let the cat out the bag right now. I said that if I came through Howson, I agreed to fight Yuddy. And I want to fight Yuddy. I'm happy to fight him. I'll fight him next. But it's got to be before September. Because otherwise, he ain't going to want to sit about and wait for me. And I'm going to be busy. So, if you want me to fight him, I'll fight him. I'll fight him for September. I'll fight Yuddy. I'll fight Dean. I'll fight Cray Cray. I will fight every single man on Misfits. So I should be the easiest person to deal with, you know? I don't know. Am I copping the new Chelsea kit yet? I ain't got it yet, but I will probably get it. Thoughts on Chelsea wanting Trafford over Mike Mannion? I can see why to an extent. James Trafford's a good goalkeeper. He's a very good goalkeeper. Sims Foot said, you're the most underrated boxer. LK. I don't know what LK means. No glaze. Thank you very much, bro. Really appreciate that. JPCFC said, been loving the Misfit stuff, Joey. Don't give up yet, mate. Mate, I am trying, but people don't realise, man, like, I train like a fucking pro. Do you know what I mean? I train like a pro. My training schedule is like, I spar either top level amateurs or professional boxers only. I don't spar influencers. I don't even spar white collar boys anymore. I spar professional boxers or top level amateurs. And when I'm saying top level amateurs, I'm talking 3-time national champions, 5-time national champions. What's the matey, the gypsy kid that I sparred? He was a 12-time national champion. What was his name? The gypsy kid I sparred. He went viral because he cried in the interview. What was his name? Fucking good boxer, man. Oh, I can't remember his name. can't even remember his name. Jimmy Lee was his name. Yeah, like, I'm sparring pro boxers all the time. Obviously, that takes its toll on your body. I'm getting older. I'm going out. I'm running fucking 5Ks in, like, less than 19 minutes. I'm doing sprints and getting up to speeds of, like, 18 mile per hour and stuff like that on my sprints for long periods of time. It's a lot. It's a lot of hard work, and it takes me away from this, doing the YouTube, which I earn, you know, the majority of my money off. So it's just hard, man. It's hard. I need something big to get my teeth stuck into. By the way, got the new Chelsea shirt from my son on Father's Day, and my son got his first Chelsea kit. That's lovely, mate. I'm glad that you've bred a true blue. I reckon you could have KSI right now. KSI is a big guy compared to me, mate, and he pays the wages. So, you're a risk for any prize fighter in Misfits. It's politics. It's a shame. I do kind of think that's a case. Like, I kind of think I'm a bit in the who needs him club now, in terms of, like, I'm good. I've got a good chin, and I won't lie down. Do you know what I mean? You see that in the Cray fight. 3 rounds down on the scorecards. I was aware of that, and I come on strong. So, yeah. Would I fight Neil Mopay? Probably. I was gutted when the lap got the number 9, because that means the club won't get a better striker anymore. Never know. Ekitike? Could happen. I don't know. Maybe a lot of the players asked not to go because the poor fellas need a break and want to watch Love Island. What's Love Island saying? Any good? I stopped watching it when they stopped letting them smoke, drink, and shag. And I'm sure they can do all of that, by the way, but they don't show it on camera anymore. I get it. They want to protect their mental health. They've had some deaths come off the back of Love Island. I do get it, but it's less of a fun watch for me, if I'm being completely honest. And I've sort of gone through the stage of watching, like, the reality TV stuff, to be honest. X on the Beach, Geordie Shore, I used to love all of that stuff. Pre-workouts you'd recommend. I don't take any pre-workout. I just have black coffee every day. Yeah, I have a black coffee every day. I have one in the morning. On a day like today when I haven't trained, I won't have a second one, but if I'm training, I'll have a second one. Is Josh into boxing as much as you? No, nowhere near. He doesn't, he's not interested in it like that. But he's interested in my stuff. New to your Chelsea content only a few months ago. Found yours and Josh's podcast, but finding your updates more easy to understand on Sky Sports. Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate that, bro. Thoughts on Petravic. Petravic, do you mean? I don't really know what you're going on about. What's your go-to meal on match day? I like a Five Guys on the Fulham Road, to be honest. Inside the ground, chicken balti pie. Now a lot of the time I'll get like Jet Set Hospitality put me up for a game, so I'll be in the push seat, so they don't even do a chicken balti pie. But Josh Veste told me that they are changing the drinks inside the stadium. They're getting rid of the Asahi and the Singers. Was it even Asahi? No, I think it was Singer and something else. I can't remember now. Keo, maybe. But they're getting rid of the Singers, and apparently they're getting some good beers. Maybe a Cruz Campo. That would be epic. People, I'm not doing long, by the way, because it's 8 o'clock. I've not eaten a thing yet today. And I'm going to make this my last 10 minutes. So we've not been talking all that much Chelsea anyway, but it's not the liveliest of streams. So last 10 minutes, non-football related questions. I'll answer them. When did you meet Josh? A couple of years ago now. Do you prefer to watch lightweight, middleweight, or heavyweight? Heavyweight. Obviously, the skill set will always be with the lighter weight divisions. Like, you know, I love to watch a Nue. I love to watch Nonito Donaire back in the day. Carl Frampton was an absolute legend that doesn't get his flowers anywhere near enough. None of the lighter weight fighters get their flowers. Like Chocolatito, do you know what I mean? There's so many. There really are so many. Like Sonny Edwards, he retired recently. He's brilliant, or he was brilliant. He's from my area, actually. But yeah, so many of them. Rogondo, gutted about Lomachenko. Like, his record will read, what, like 14-2 or something like that, with the losses being against Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, which he didn't even lose. Teo he lost, but he didn't lose against Devin Haney. But he'll never get his flowers. Lighter weight fighters don't get as many. They've got so many skills, but they say skills pay the bills, but when you're heavier, you can have less skills and pay more bills because everyone likes it. Right. Biggest hot take for next season. Ooh, biggest hot take for next season. Is it a hot take? Spurs will be good. Spurs will compete maybe for top 5. Yeah, that could be my hot take for next season. Spurs could compete for top 5. And I hate to say that. I absolutely hate it. But that could be my hot take. Do I think it will be a case of 3 up, 3 down again? Yeah, probably. Oh, go to Mill before a boxing match day. Bloody hell. Well, funny story. In the ring against Andy Howson the other night, it was about 8 o'clock when I was in the ring, 7 o'clock, something like that. I had not eaten a thing all day. And I felt lightheaded. I felt dehydrated, even though I've been drinking. I haven't been eating. I was quite sick in Derby, so I kept waking up and being sick. And the hotel was chaos. Like, yeah, I kept waking up and being sick. And on the morning of the fight, I felt ill. Couldn't get any food down myself. And I think just generally had more nerves than I usually have on the morning of that fight. So, yeah, just couldn't force feed any food down myself. And then I thought, it's all right, I'll have some food in the venue. Got to the venue, and I've left my fucking food at the hotel. But it's all right, because 2 of my corner team are coming. They took too long. And by this point, my coach, Joe, he was like, mate, you got to warm up. You got to get going. So I had to warm up. I had to get going. I was in the ring without any food. But normally, just a good Nando's would do it. Stace said, I'd tag team with you, mate, just to get on the shows, get some dough, and punch up some donuts. Yep. I think everyone would like to. Who's got more ball knowledge, Josh or you? Josh. Although I would say I predict more. I'm a bit more of a... I get my predictions a little bit more right than Josh does. But ball knowledge, Josh, 100%. I'm a vibes, man. How many Prem goals do I think Delap will get? I'd be happy if he got like... If they were shared round, I'd be happy if he got 17. 17. That's what would make me happy. And then, like, if he got 14, it would just be like, meh. 14. That's what Jackson was getting, so we haven't really improved on him. And if he got 20 plus, I'd be fucking well happy. Well happy. Lewis Butler Deacon said, just want to thank you for your content, mate, getting me through some tough times. I hope that things start looking up for you, Lewis. Hello? Is this cutting out? Yeah. Hope. For God's sake, hold up. Are we in the room? There we go. Yeah, I hope things start looking up for you, mate. What do you think of Paul Hughes from MMA? Don't know him. Never stop making content. No, I'll try not to, mate. Least favourite football pundit. I will go with Jamie Carragher is probably my least favourite football pundit. Is there anyone else? I'm not a massive fan of Paul Merson, to be honest. I think Paul Merson's a bit of a prick and all. First manager to get sacked next season, you'd go with one of the you'd go with one of the promoted teams because that's always usually the safest of bets. I can't see Man United sacking Amorim. I can't see. Yeah, it'll be one of the promoted teams. I mean, if West Ham had an awful start, by Christmas Potter could go. He could go. Thoughts on Florian Wirtz to Liverpool? Yeah, I think it'd be a great signing for him. I think he'd fit in well. Project Mudryk for my son. No, thank you. Although my son will definitely be playing football rather than doing boxing. Thoughts on new stadium proposal to Earls Court? If it means we haven't got to move out of Stamford Bridge, then I'd go Earls Court. It's only a couple of stops on the train. Yeah. Right, okay. Amorim to last the season. Yep. People, I think I'm going to come off of here now. It's not the most lively stream tonight, but we've still done 45 odd minutes. So not too bad. But I have got some editing that I need to be cracking on with, to be honest. I need to get as many short form bits and pieces out there as I can. And also, one thing that I am going to need to do is an updated Club World Cup video, because obviously I originally said that Mike Mannion would probably be the goalkeeper, but if not Petravic, I'd like. And now we know who's been taken, who's not been taken. We can speak about that. Maybe I'll do that on a on a video. So it's going on outside my flat. Either way, people, let me know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section on the latest video that I uploaded today, where I was a bit more precise in terms of talking about my feelings regarding the Mike Mannion and the Georgie Petravic